quite the wall.
It's really pretty.
When our mapping team produces the maps for these regions, we generate slope maps that show us what the maps tell us the slopes are. But when you have a 30-meter resolution, you don't necessarily always see that there are vertical walls within that space. That looks like the Henricia that we saw.
Yeah, it does.
Many dives ago.
I'm getting closer video.
It's a nice float and zoom there.
The banana-like limbs. I don't know if Nolan is still on the line. He knows some of these. And if Chris is on the line, I'm sure we'll hear from him. So we'll say Sea Star.
It's like the equivalent of like shining the Batman light.
And so there's an extra little raised area on the aboral surface here, and Tina was wondering whether that could be a parasite. They usually have the madreporite, which will take in water for their water vascular system, but there's usually only one hole or a little raised surface like that, and this one looks like it has two.
What is this? Oh yeah, never mind. Let's see. Track lines across the surface of this vertical face.
All right, video pilot's clear and video's clear.
Looks solid, but it's really quite crumbly.
We'll back up so we get a wider field of view here.
It's really
Start
pretty.
turning towards you as you go to the south as well.
Yeah, especially with that anemone over on the bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
So we still haven't had an ID on that, have we? And
yeah.
Oh, we did?
Actineris.
Oh, okay. Great. Wow, look at that.
That's beautiful.
So this is looking to the north.
That is really pretty.
Hey, Chris Moss.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hello. Indeed, that is Henricia.
Great.
Great.
That's about all I can tell you.
Oh, good.
Good job, Leslie. Good job.
I know as much as Chris Ma. I want everyone to take a note of that.
I'm going to try to keep you.
Oh, wow. That's the Brisingid's on the wall. I can't answer the other question, though. The two holes that you were seeing, one of them is indeed the madreporite or the sieve plate. The center one, however, simply the anus. Some sea stars don't actually have one, but I think the one in Henricia is pretty nicely circumscribed. So I'm pretty sure that's what, especially since it's located dead center on the disk. So I think that's pretty much what that is. I also didn't answer your question earlier about the two color morphs in Brisingids. I've been watching what you've been seeing for the last couple of minutes now, and I think the colors actually change as they get bigger. So I think the smaller white ones are just the smaller individuals, and then for whatever reason, whether it's food or simply other aspects of maturity or size change, they get bigger. It's possible that there are different species, I guess, but given the way that when they're collected, they all tend to be the same species. I think they're just size differences.
Oh, okay. Great. Thank you,
I mean,
Chris.
that's a hypothesis just based on what I've seen before, but you know, that's plausible.
Pilots, we also have
wonderful.
a bit of a
Thanks for
lens
sharing
flare
that with
on the
us,
right
Chris.
side. I don't know if that's
lovely.
I think
I appreciate every moment you stop. Thank you.
It's got to be a reflection of the
arm.
Yeah, probably off the craft or something.
I think.
Right there.
So it's interesting that layer that we've been following
right,
has changed its character
I think
here.
it's the wall.
I don't.
No.
Okay.
I almost wonder if this is the same layer.
See it reflecting off the
maybe a
yonder.
fault,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's just so different. All of a sudden, it becomes eroded.
Yeah.
I think we'd see more evidence had there been a fault, though, so not likely. Looks like we are nearing the top of it, unless that's just a prominent ledge.
What contour are we at now? Curious. I'm at 1802 depth. Okay.
And we're at 1802 water depth following this lithology, or this layer, strata. Those are all terms we use in sedimentary rocks.
Just taking a peek to the north of the tether length here.
Wow, right on that corner, there's a whole line of the persingids.
They like that, living on the edge, literally. Well, it makes sense. If a current is coming from this direction, it would hit that wall and move around, give them the most food possible.
Mm-hmm.
And they also get it from the other direction.
Yeah, they could take advantage no matter which direction the current is coming.
Go ahead, Watchley. Yeah. You can also, we have some wider angle cameras, so you can pull up one of my manip cams too, if you wanted to see. Those cameras are substantially more wide. I think we're full wide on our main camera right now.
Do you want to come back to center?
Yeah.
We're going to pan left so we can see how this continues. So I was looking at that lighter layer that's just low of center screen. Let's see how that continues. Yeah, and lasers are fine too. So that is continuous. So that little gullied area might be just from a collapse above that kind of ran down and scoured that portion, leaving the vertical wall intact on each side of it.
It's a cool view from Sirius right now too. They are.
Yeah, camera 2 shows a really great view from Sirius. That's great.
All right.
That's what I wanted to see. Thank you.
Absolutely. We'll come to port a little bit, co-pilot, because I think you turned a little bit.
I did.
And then we can...
And if we could settle just enough to poke at this rock above and below
this layer here?
the layer, yeah, just where it sticks out,
Yeah.
the ledge, and then where it moves back, that whiter layer. It's a new form of field geology for sure.
We full wide video.
If you can't grab it, we poke it.
We're wide.
Understood.
And there's another Paramaricia, it looks like, on that little ledge.
So, pilot, the the outer part of the ledge is where one of the pokes we'd like it to be, because that's slightly different from what is set back, like where your lasers are now.
Understood. All right. Co-pilot, if you can grab my joy lock and get hydraulics up.
Sure. Hydraulics are online.
I'm going to give them the sample camera.
So yeah, watch
Sample
it
view.
looks like the upper layer does is like have some loose components to it, but the lower layer, it looks like one piece. So I don't know if I'll be able to sample the lower layer.
Oh no,
or
we're
or
expecting
just-
you not to be able to
Okay.
sample it, but if you poke it, we'll see if it crumbles away, sort of
Okay,
like we've been testing other rocks.
understood.
So maybe put the jaws at the edge and just squeeze.
A lot of times what we can do is we can take a finger, I mean they're titanium fingers, I can just see if it scratches, do a scratch test.
Scratched.
That does look pretty soft.
If you just knock at the very lip at the bottom of the screen,
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about there.
Okay.
And then maybe he should write Leslie was here.
Yeah. See, that's soft.
That's soft. And let's now go step back to like on the right edge of the center screen where it,
Somewhere.
or right there, yeah, just not
You're
at
up
that
here.
hole, maybe just below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's pretty soft.
Ooh, that looks softer to me. What do you think?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd call that a 3, and the other a 4. So that's great. Thank you.
Or maybe we should have them write D2 is here.
That's right. All right. Well, we know we can't do a rock collection. We know these are very indurated,
If you turn it in just
almost
a bit more.
completely
Yeah.
unconsolidated, but they're
Yeah. look at
still
that.
stiff.
Left light on it. That's good.
Or they're consolidated, but not cemented.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly not
Hydraulics are secured.
lithified and cemented.
Thanks.
But that little lighter
Very
layer
friendly.
is
Move forward a
different.
little bit.
It must
Yeah.
have a different
Makes sense.
composition. It's not as
270.
brownish oxidized, so
Yeah.
maybe there's less iron in the clays. Would be nice to get a core through here. Maybe Jason, I don't know if you've cored this section or if this is a future site.
Wow, we're coming to a bigger ledge up here. Looks like we've got just a couple more 10-meter lines to cross here, and then we'll be at the first big step. And if we don't see anything else and you would like to make a scoop of this, we have one bio box left.
Right.
I'd be willing to sacrifice that for geology today.
Well, how much time do we have? About 2 more hours?
Yeah, we have a while.
Yeah, so we still have some more to climb, and then sort of another terrace and another, hopefully, another wall. So it'd be good to save a bio box for a sample farther up, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll
2 hours left of bottom time.
travel kind of southbound on this ridge here.
And we made it to probably just about waypoint 4. I'm getting close to waypoint 4 now.
Keep in mind about that swing.
At least the vertical distance of waypoint 4.
Jason said they tried to core in this general vicinity, and the core stopped penetrating after a few tens of centimeters.
Huh.
I'm wondering, was that a gravity core? Probably, and a gravity core doesn't do so well in stiff muds. It is hard to penetrate. Oh, it's a piston core. Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive that it didn't go very far.
Well, these Persingids sure do love it here.
That's great. And the brittle stars on the flat surface mostly.
I'm just traveling southbound on this ridge here to see, have a nice wide path here. Survey as much as possible here.
I don't know if that's just like a little outcrop up there or something worth seeing, but
Yeah.
it's something. A fish?
I'm gonna guess white trash. Video come in. Possible lighter color.
What is that?
It's like
What is
a
that?
plankton net.
Is that what that is?
No, I don't know. It does look mesh-like.
Parachute.
We'll let go video.
Maybe part of a sail or something. That's a shame.
We'll come back down. See if there's anything underneath this little overhang here. Now, what were the waypoint situation after 4? What is there?
5, 6.
Are they westbound? Okay. 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 All right. I think we're getting pretty close to the top of this feature.
Do you want me to turn to keep you in? Or are you gonna come
Stay
back?
there and I'll come back to starboard.
Copy that. Definitely moving.
All right, traversing back northbound here. Looks like we have acquired the top.
There's some resting Brisingas. they're not poised.
There's a little coral at the top left here.
Yeah, we can snap it. Let's see what it is. Lonely coral.
And Jason said he might have seen a crack.
I don't know what he was looking at. I was looking at the Brisingids. Oops.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Geology fail.
I'm sorry.
Video come in.
They're the perched brittle stars again.
This might be another Okeanos.
Take rotator. Go out. Come down a bump.
All right.
Video come in additionally if you got it.
Oh, it has a polychaete associate on the
Still.
Okeanos bamboo coral.
Gets a thruster, Andy.
It's vibrating you rather than the water there. It's not a shimmer in the water.
No, I think it's the thruster. Vibrating the camera.
Definitely.
Alright. Stay zoomed in for a second. I'm going to go off stick and see if I can correlate it.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Oh, I got
That
it.
would be causation
Yeah.
coming up.
Alright. Thanks, video.
So do we want to zoom wide?
Yeah,
so
I
we
was
can
just going to
see
say
this
if we
crack?
could zoom wide.
Yeah, is there a...
Yeah,
I
there.
heard something about a crack right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, and there's a Munida valida squat lobster up there on the left.
Oh, snap it, video.
Maybe Munida valida.
Oh, yeah.
The muddy clawed squat lobster.
Is that its common name?
It's my name. I just
You
made
heard
it.
I know.
You heard his
Because they're always
feelings.
looking
I
like
know.
that.
Alright, we'll let it go. Try to acquire that crack. Do you have any idea?
No, but it's close to the edge, and I'm thinking they were seeing a crack along the surface here, not a vertical kind, but
More of a layer crack than a...
yeah, that might mean detachment, but I didn't see it, so I was distracted, I
underneath.
have to admit. I think that's what they're referring to along there, but I don't know. It looks like that piece might cleave off pretty soon.
Yeah. And then judging by the flatter areas right next to it, looks like it has been
Yeah.
kinda...
Yeah, Jason said there. So,
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe we could just nudge it a little bit and
watch the whole thing fall.
see if it works.
Could we kill this?
ROV erosion.
Yeah, that might bite off a little more than we could,
Yeah,
we
I
could
think
chew.
so.
We'll keep going up, I think.
Okay. So, thank you, Jason and Carolyn, for pointing that out.
This is the coral we zoomed in on. Keep going up. Yeah.
Looks like it really flattens off up there. Sonar
Yeah.
returns are pretty benign on mine.
It's just a little crack. Keep
Do you see one of those snake-like
Yeah, you
brittle
shouldn't be moving
stars
anymore, Copilot.
sprawled out?
Copy that.
Scott said he thinks he saw one, but I didn't see that.
No, I don't know what he's talking about.
All right.
The stars here.
The white-like thing that was on top, that was actually marine debris. We had zoomed in on that earlier. Looked like a small sail or something like that that had some lines still on it.
Do you want to snap on this red? Possible. What is that? A sea pan? No, it's a tube burner. What is that?
Oh wow,
I'd
here's
feel
another one of
comfortable
these
with
big
another 10-meter move.
feather worms.
I've got you at 35 and it's
Feather
flat.
duster.
What do you think?
Yeah, you can move.
Yeah, be cool with that.
Yep. So at maintain 270.
That'd be
So it's
great.
interesting, the orientation here. So the current is coming from right to left, so its feathers are pointing downstream and capturing particles, but the Persingids are able to hold theirs facing into the current, their arms. So their orientation is the opposite.
Oh yeah, there's a tiny
yeah.
little gastropod
That's
shell
fine.
on the tube of that sibellid
Bridge, huh?
worm.
That might be a pteropod shell. It's so
Bridge,
white,
nav.
and there are others in the sediments.
Yeah.
Bridge, I'd like to request a ship move. Range 10 meters. Bearing 270 degrees. Speed .1.
All right, video pilot's clear. Thanks.
Good copy, Bridge.
I didn't realize the amount of associates on tubes of other organisms until yesterday when we were learning about the Cereanthid tube anemone that has about 40 different species that have been recorded as
That's
associates.
amazing, yeah.
And then that worm tube. Oh yeah, there might be a coral on the left here. Possibly another Paramaricia. And then another
Good snap it video.
Chrysogorgia in front of that. And this one has an Astrosema brittle starfish associate.
So is the thought that they spend their entire life on a stalk?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing, and it always makes me wonder how little
Try to
the
go for the other
sea
coral,
star
maybe
or
there's
the
not so much
brittle
dust.
star
There's
is when
one
it
right-
finds its
right
host.
next to
and
this.
Is there?
Mhm.
A very small one. Juvenile.
yeah.
It's this little pinkish thing.
I don't know.
Very difficult.
It looks like what we collected.
Fog lights.
Maybe it's a soft
You wanna
coral.
try
No, it's pretty far out there.
Okay.
Thanks, though. I think there's after this, there's another coral just
Yeah.
above here.
We're not going to get much better than this.
Okay. I'll just hold it for just a second longer, and then we'll go to the next one.
Yep.
That ship move is underway, pilots.
Copy that. Yeah.
Thank you now.
All right. I think it was right up here. There it is.
And Scott France thought it might have been a baby bamboo coral. It was so tiny,
Oh,
it's
look
pretty
at this
hard
one.
to see. Oh, that might be another Acanella. From far away, I thought it was Chrysogorgia, but definitely a bamboo
The
coral.
bamboo, absolutely. Screaming at us.
See the base of that.
Yeah.
Looks like there's something purple on it. Might be one of those polychaete worms, possibly.
Yeah, you can see the segments. Or a scale worm, maybe. I don't know.
And Scott points out that this colony must have roots.
All right. Thanks, video.
Here's an interesting burrow. It almost looks like a remnant from when it was buried. The burrow
Also
casement
coming up on your right
now
over
exposed.
Copy.
there. It may be of interest to you.
A sponge over here.
Guess we call those burrow
There it
casts.
is.
Oh,
Well, that would be a.
this is a Venus.
That would actually be the burrow. We haven't seen too many of these.
No.
A type of Venus flytrap anemone has that morphology.
Zoom in, come in partial, and we
Thank
could
you,
probably
Bridge.
done with lasers.
Might be losing its footing there.
Yeah, it's like it's tipping over.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Oops.
As soon as I bump the ground, it
That's cool.
retracted. That's
Senses a vibration and
cool. Yeah,
closes up.
get scared. All right, video. I'll snap on possible Chrysogorgia. Not sure what this is. Is that a sea spider on it or something?
Sea spider.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pycnogonid on this Acanella. Gosh, the sea spider's as big as the colony of coral.
Two of them.
Is it? Oh yeah, smaller one too.
You can see the base of this coral too. Oh yeah, and one of those ctenophores, one of those benthic ctenophores on the upper left of the coral.
Could come in additional zoom if you'd like.
And a polychaete. Just a little worm down there.
Yeah.
And that one, the coral also has a polychaete worm on it.
I'll try to hold this for a second.
Is it looking like the sea spider is eating any of the polyps here?
Is that what he eats with, the large red protruding
Yeah.
proboscis or whatever? Could come in more if you got it, or you max.
That's max.
Oh, it's max a copy.
Yeah, and it does look like he's feeding on the polyps of this octocoral. Just sucking out the polyps with his proboscis there. Oh yeah, and there is a smaller pycnogodid in the background too. Doesn't seem like the coral has much of a chance there with those big guys moving around sucking out polyps.
Huh.
Copy that.
Send out the back signal.
Go ahead, Bridge. Copy that. I think that's fine as long as you can verify that your point of rotation is the A-frame.
Pretty bright white, isn't it, video?
Yep.
Thank you, Bridge.
I guess after they move, we'll get another move in there too.
Sounds good, co-pilot. You copied that heading change?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can come in, video. I don't know if we've seen one of these today.
Watch lead snap. So, given that we're going to just kind of go straight from 4 to 6,
I think there's something else in
we
front
have
of you too, a little
just
bit.
enough time remaining at our current pace to
was
make it
that,
to
Andy?
waypoint 6.
Looks like there's something ahead too, a little ways.
Oh, yeah.
Are you able to look at IPAC watch lead? Which small scarp do you mean?
I think they mean maybe just
Like-
these contours. So like maybe approach these contours. Maybe.
Yep.
Try to go for the ends of them. Yeah.
So kind of around the, like moving along up to around waypoint 6, like waypoint 6 is depth. Yeah, we should definitely make it there.
All right, video. Is there any additional views you wanted of this?
Nope.
I don't hear a lot of excitement about it, so
Right.
keep moving.
For that next move, whenever we're ready, maybe we can make it 15 meters.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay. We could even pick it up a little bit if you want, whatever the
Yeah.
time allows for.
Yeah, I think we should kind of pick up the pace to give ourselves a little slack.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. I think
Yeah.
maybe a rock. I don't know.
This is a nice little step here.
Okay, so next move, put one in for 1.5
Very little,
meters
but
at least.
certainly
Coral on the right.
Yeah.
a different layer.
What was that video?
Yeah.
A little coral on the
You
right.
did 0.2 if you'd
Up
like
there.
as well.
Okay.
2 of them.
Copy. Headed that way.
Okay, I'm going to call that move in, pilots.
Ready to go.
Bridge, nav. Like to request a ship move. Range 15 meters.
Those are bazingas. Let's snap on this one. Verified.
270
think
degrees.
It's a wider, just lighter in color.
Speed,
There.
decimal
Yeah,
2
okay.
knots.
There are all the
Yeah.
fishing.
Bazingas.
Baby Persingid.
Good
Thanks,
copy.
Thanks, video. Keep moving up to that. Oh, more bazingas.
What's that?
But that is interesting
Thank you,
back
Rich.
there.
Rubber bumpers off the side of a boat, maybe.
No way. That's definitely.
Wow, that's
What is that?
Let me zoom out a little bit. I mean,
some kind of.
You got room to get up
Maybe
there.
that's a really big base of.
I think it's
Of a
organic.
burrow. A double. What is that in the distance? That might be one of them vertically.
That we do not have tether for just yet.
Actually, Jason asked if we can grab that.
Yeah, that'd be a great sample. It might require a scoop, just like the sediments. Guess we can test out with the claws first.
All right, video, come in. What is this?
I have no idea.
I think this is rock or biological organic.
Oh, well, that's, I think, why we want to check it out. I don't think it's going to be solid enough to pick with the claws, but we can try it on one of these small pieces.
I'll try that fog lights, Andy.
Yeah, coming on.
Are you okay with fog lights video?
Too late.
Oh, look at that, a snail.
Oh, yeah.
I'll come up to the other piece here. We can kind of look in the holes a little better on this piece. Come in. Got it.
Yeah, that would be a great piece to get, but let's test out the others first. It's a duplex.
Yeah.
You still want fog lights on for this guy?
Yeah, you can turn them off, I think. Okay. All right, watch lead. Do you want me to squeeze it, scoop it? What?
There's a broken piece just in front of this.
I think it's going to require a scoop.
Right there.
But you can nudge with the claw first on one of these front pieces to see how stable it is, or solid.
And then depending on how solid it is, you think
and then a
rock
scoop. Well, yeah. I'm afraid that even if it's going to fall apart, we dump it into a bio box, it'll disintegrate, but it might still have some fractions to it.
Pilot, we only have port
Scott said the same thing.
Right
Port, which one?
Port outer.
Port outer is
Oh, so
open.
Tina says she thinks this is a sponge.
You want the second?
Well, that would be good to know.
Yeah.
For a second?
It's a lot smaller than I thought. Once again, we'll see the manipulator down there.
Try it. What was that, Copilot?
I was asking if you wanted the other camera up.
Yeah.
Go. Do you want me to take control of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bridge nav. So I know that move was pending after your heading change, Bridge, but would you hold off on that?
We're far enough out.
Thank
It's
you.
okay, Andy, if you'd like. We're far. It's up to you.
Photobomb.
Okay,
Well,
so
we're pretty far out.
Yeah.
still issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty solid.
Solid, yeah.
So I could just.
Maybe it is a sponge, so maybe
So I got him above 30
Carefully
degrees.
picking it up.
yeah, the one with the two tubes.
Bridge nav.
The longer one or the one
The
right
longer
here?
one?
The longer
please
one, yeah.
Execute that move when you're able.
If Jason, that's what you still want. If you, let's just verify that he still wants this, because I think he was thinking it might be a geologic structure, which
Well,
is what I
there's-
thought it was.
There's
Bridge,
people
thank
still
you.
debating whether it is a geological or not.
Uh-huh.
I just broke a piece of it, so we can zoom in on that while we come in. Video. See that? Let me see.
That looks more like rock.
It does look like to me. I think it's a more cemented tube.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
All right, video come out. And then just to confirm, well, actually, you wanted the rectangular piece right here?
I think the longer
or the
one
one
behind
back
it.
here? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm worried that one's frozen to the ground, but I'm gladly try it.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. You ready for the bio box?
Yeah. I don't know that I can slide out, though. So you might have to lift up anyway.
Give it a shot.
Okay.
Go for it.
Nope, I'm hitting. I'm gonna come in. This guy's trying to get in the bio box. I think he might be in the bio box.
What?
He is in the bio box. No, he's out.
He's
Okay.
out now.
I'm going to come in. You're going to have to lift up a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to position the arm.
Okay. Go for it.
And then
I'm going to close up. That's good. We almost caught a fish.
Yeah. Go ahead and open.
Okay, coming out. What? Sending pin again.
Pilot, might it last in the rock box, do you think?
Might.
What's go? Okay, something's
If we can't open the bio, that would also save one more bio box.
staying.
Yeah.
Trying one more time.
It's definitely an option. I'm not entirely sure how. Because I did notice my jaws did crush into it a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But, so it's. We do have the bio box open.
Do you
so
see what
Okay.
it's doing? Did you see that?
Well,
shuttering.
it would
Yeah.
certainly be safer in the
And I
bio
didn't-
box.
I didn't
All right.
touch
We're going to put it in the bio box. We got it open, so.
And there may be some organisms in the tube, so
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Thank you, Bridge.
Oh, you're smacking the door.
Good job. So port
Ready?
outer bio box
Yeah, you can retract.
Okay.
and specimen
Hey,
04GO.
So I never changed the pin in between there. It
Okay.
just like stopped from the first time to the second time, and the drawer came out a little bit. So we need to take a look at that today.
It looked like it was shuttering under a load or something.
But also the
Like a torquing.
the top came out because you tapped it in a little bit. The cover actually came out a little bit.
Okay.
We just need to take a look.
Yeah, maybe that. Like it. All right.
Great
Hydraulic
job, pilot,
security.
on that difficult
Yeah.
sample.
So
Yeah, I
delicate.
think right as I was dropping it, I kind of squeezed into it a little more, and then when I opened it, it kind of got stuck in my jaw, so I had to kind of shake it. So I think there'll be some jaw marks in it, but I think there's a good couple inches or so of undamaged portion of it, at least.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if these tubes sticking out are the upper portions of that type of burrow cast. If in fact that's what it was that we just collected.
Ship move is complete.
Copy that.
I think Sirius has a little bit left to swing.
Did you come in partial?
We might consider putting another move in a minute or two.
Copy that. We'll let him push out just a little.
Yeah, it looks similar to the two holes next to each other. The two. Huh. Interesting.
Interesting.
Come out a little bit, video. Yeah.
Well, it certainly may originate biologically and then gets covered with sediment, and or that deeper down it's just a burrow, and
All right, pilot's clear and video's clear.
the walls of the burrow keep
Bridge
it
now.
somewhat solidified, and those were exposed through the
Request an update
erosion.
on the surface current.
We call that a burrow cast.
Did you break Carl's drawer?
Okay.
Nope.
We'll see what organisms we find within and on it too.
It's probably
Should
neat.
be very
I,
interesting.
like, pulled the scoop out or something, you know?
Definitely something different from what we've collected so far.
All right, video. Want to snap on possible line there? See where we're at. See what we got here.
Thank you, Bridge.
Good spot.
Possible monofilament.
Hmm.
You can come out. Keep going over it.
Wonder where it goes.
We'll hop over it here. Keep moving westbound.
Okay, I'll mark that on high pack.
Don't know if this is a coral on the left that is laying down. Definitely an Anthomastus type.
I think it's a.
I think you're
Oh no, I don't know what that
top of that line
thing is
right
on the
now.
right. Just a
I
hole.
don't know
I guess.
either.
Huh.
It's a sharp-edged object almost. I don't know if that's the.
You snap in on this. You're talking about this watch leads?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
right
that's
in the
the
middle.
edge of one of these layers or some object.
It's a sponge on the right, it looks like. Maybe this used to be a larger sponge, and that's the only portion that's still alive.
It looks like it's on a man-made object, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
it's a piece of metal.
Yeah, hard to say
It's
what
a
that
lawnmower blade.
is. Yeah.
Or a bear trap.
Huh.
Then a piece of wood in the foreground. Maybe it's a
This
I don't
piece
know.
looks like it ends kind of right there.
Yeah, that
It goes up underneath the
Oh.
the end. You can see the
Huh.
hole up top. It almost looks like there's a piece riveted up there. Right up in here. I
Huh.
thought, yeah. Now it looks biological.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know what this is down there, but. Alright, we'll keep moving. I think there was 2 coils up here.
Let me know when you're happy, pilot. Get another move, look at your sonar.
Yeah. You could,
Get with nav.
could call it 20 meter in, I think. And I'll keep moving after the zoom. Video come in, partial. Not sure if you've seen this one before. Yeah, you can come in further now.
Watch leads, nav. Are we calling that last sample a bio or a geo?
geo.
Copy.
Alright. I think we can get a 20 meter underway. And I'll keep moving here.
Copy, pilots. I'll call it in.
And these look like 2 Paramaricia with Astrashima brittle starfish. The
Bridge, nav. Bridge, nav. Like to request a ship move. Range 20 meters. Bearing 270 degrees. Speed decimal 2 knots. Good copy, Bridge.
And we see our pancake urchin again. We saw at the beginning of the dive on the sediment flats at the base of this scarp that we've been climbing.
Maybe that fish got caught in.
We're currently at 1785 meters.
Still there.
So it acted as if like the extender.
I think
didn't
this was
catch
called
the
Forosoma,
lead, right?
this
And
pancake
what was
urchin
weird was that I
with
had
the little
it,
white
and I
booties.
just came back in, and I went back out without touching it, and
Yeah.
it like slipped off. But then I extended it. I think by then it was behind it, so I had to retract it and re-extend it.
It's pretty dark, huh? Come in video.
And can we also take a quick zoom on the brittle star to the lower right after this?
Absolutely.
Actually, this is a hygrosoma. The other type that you mentioned, I think, is the one that has the bulbous hypodermic needle types at the top. This has similar structures, but they're very small. We noticed that earlier. So thanks, Scott, for pointing that out.
Let's go for a central disc on brittle star.
Yeah, we just need to look at that disc.
Centering you up now. All right, take more zoom.
These brittle stars are ophiuroids. They are in a class of echinodermata, cousins to sea stars and crinoids and urchins and holothurians, the sea cucumbers that in general look nothing like the others.
All right.
That's great, thanks.
I think Chris Moss said this is Ophia musa, this brittle star. And he pointed out that they're also good predators.
Keep moving westbound here towards the other slope. I call another move in.
I haven't even felt this one yet, I don't think.
Oh, really?
When was the last one called in?
The last one was called in 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, I haven't even started moving yet.
Copy that.
Looks like the ship's almost done. Thank you, Bridge. So another 4 or 5 minutes, and then Syria should be through its move.
These guys holding themselves off the bottom. Gonna frame that up.
Yes, pilot, they are. We've decided they are doing their yoga.
Ah.
Are those things that make like sand dollars? What makes sand dollars?